Hello? Yeah, we're on. Hey.
Hello.
Hello. Hey guys.
Hello.
This is SpoonCast. SpoonCast.
The casts consisting of spoons.
Yes. 2 spoons came to life. Anyways, yeah, we kind of skipped the whole mainstream thing to do, and we skipped the whole Halloween thing. We didn't do anything Halloween at all.
I mean, Halloween is Halloween.
Yeah.
You get candy, and that's it.
Yeah, and now we're grown men, so we can't do either.
You can get candy any time of the day.
Yeah, we can go buy candy.
Right.
Yeah, and when you buy candy, there's a 100% chance that there's no razor blades in them, so...
Facts.
Yeah, we put our own razor blades in there, like adults.
Like beard shaving razors.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's November 1st recording this. Might go up today, might go up tomorrow. But that's fine because what we talk about is going to be timeless. That's how good it is. First episode got more views than I thought it was going to get, to be honest.
It was decent.
Decent. Quarter of 100. Just try to do it over 100 now.
I would personally say that it had clean quality audio.
Yeah, but that was hard because we were so tired and it was so late. A lot of things went wrong too.
Yeah, but then again, you also think that most the guys that do podcasts like all the time, or like the big podcast guys, they've been up for like 24 plus hours still doing like a 3-4 hour podcast.
That's very true. I don't know. We'll see. We will see if this one is as long. I don't know. I don't mind going for like an hour and a half, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll gauge the waters. I at least want to get over an hour because there's people who just love that. Oh shit. My mother's calling me. I'm going to answer this on the phone. Hello?
20 seconds.
What? What's up? Hello?
Hello.
20 seconds to what? What's going on?
Who the hell?
Oh shit, she called me back. Hey mom.
You just go to
What the fuck?
Somebody is butt dialing.
Oh my goodness.
It's cool. My mom does that all the time. It's whatever.
That's funny as fuck. Wait.
A third time?
Yeah.
Okay, then maybe it's not a butt dial.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hey mom.
Hello?
Did you butt dial me?
Hello?
Did you butt dial me?
I heard it. Hello?
Hello? Mother.
Hello?
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 Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hold on a second. Don't hang up. Hello?
Hello?
What is wrong with my phone? Hello?
Hello? Alright guys, sorry. Yeah, that was a personal call. Well, I mean, it wasn't too personal. It was just, I don't want to get that intimate about it, man. Yeah.
So what's the topics for today?
Actually, I want to start the same way we started last week. I kind of want to briefly touch on it. Obviously, we've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2
Yes.
a lot.
Every day except for yesterday.
Yeah. Well, I got a kid, so I mean, when I'm not being a dad, yeah, I'm playing Red Dead. I don't want to get into a huge discussion about it yet because neither of us have finished the game. So I want to save that discussion for when it's all over, and you have a huge topic about it. But I think it's such a huge topic. I think we should. I mean, what are you thinking about it so far? In not so many words.
I love it.
Yeah, I agree.
Looks amazing. Feels amazing. There's a lot to do. A lot of people are saying that it's just a Western GTA. It is, but there's more to it.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a lot more to it. Like, I can bring up GTA 5 and Red Dead, not including online because you have to give exception to Red Dead because there's no online yet. But if you take the stories and like all the side missions and the random encounters, whatever, and the animals, like wildlife, like everything as a whole is as the open world of those two franchises, Red Dead has way much more to do.
Yeah,
also, the map is bigger.
Yeah, I think the difference is GTA is super fun, don't get me wrong, and it tells some interesting, cool stories, but like Red Dead has a habit of making you care about your character. You know, they give you one character and you go through this whole crazy experience with them and they go on crazy sidetrack quests and shit like that. And I think that's what people love about Red Dead is that like you just really relate to the character. Yeah. Like that's why people love John Marston so much, and I'm starting to love Arthur Morgan like that. Not as much as John yet, just because nostalgic reasons. But which one? Okay, what's your favorite thing about the game so far?
Favorite thing about the game so far?
No spoilers. We will spoil the fuck out of it when we beat it.
I would probably say, without giving any type of spoilers away, probably be hunting.
Yeah, you are in hunting. You're a hunting boy.
It's not even that I enjoy doing it. It's just that there's something about like the way to go about doing it. So like, all right, at the trapper, right? You get perfect pelts. You sell it to them, and in return, you can purchase them back as clothing.
Yes.
But the way to do it is to, figure out which animals you need to hunt for which piece of clothing you want. Then you have to go to that area on the map where those animals are. You have to hunt it. You have to get a 3-star. That in itself is a different kind of story. There's 1, 2, and 3 stars. Perfect is 3, obviously. You find a 3-starred animal, but then there's a specific way you have to go about killing it with the right weapon. And then you have to travel back to where the trapper is, and like I said, sell it to him. Like, there's a whole method to doing that in itself. Like,
yeah, that I like that part. He's more into it than I am, but I do like hunting. I like hunting less for that. I just like the fun of like waking up in the morning and being like, all right, time to go get some food for my camp.
That too.
Time to go fishing. You can
split it up, so it's like
I actually like fishing. I think some fishing in games get like pretty monotonous or tedious, and this one is just easy enough and depth enough as a mini game where like I could see half the time when I'm getting food for my camp, I'm fishing just because it's easier.
Well, it's easier. Fun. It's kind of more fun.
Not more fun than hunting, but
not more fun than hunting.
It's more tedious than hunting. But less at the same time. It's more in the act of like you're doing one single thing, but it's less in the fact that like you don't gotta track them down. You slowly go out there because you don't gotta catch big fish to feed your camp. You can just catch a bunch of small fish and then go back.
Yeah.
But I'd say one of my other favorite things about the game is probably my personal favorite might be. I'd have to say. I don't know. I kind of like a couple of the side content. Like I like the bounty hunting still.
Well, bounty hunting fleshed out. You kind of like you kind of could have assumed that was going to be a thing. Like
I want to group together bounty hunting with like debt collecting and stuff like that. Just going out into the wilderness and being like, hey, I'm bringing you fucking in, or hey, you're giving me fucking money, And it's cool because like in Red Dead, the first one. Like I said, there was never a game really like that to that degree. So it's like when you picked up a bounty hunt, it was just cool just to do that. Mm-hmm. You just showed up, there are random people there, you try to get them. Now it's like actual stories,
right?
Which is how things should be nowadays. After Witcher 3, which I don't know if you played Witcher 3, that changed what a side quest should be. You really should play it. It's a great game. But yeah, fucking. It's just always a story. Like maybe that's what I like. There's always a story. Just like Witcher. Like you gotta play Witcher to understand what I'm talking about. But so instead of a fantasy setting, it's a cowboy setting. So there's always a story to be there, and it's really cool. Like I love just how much depth there is in everything that you're doing. Like, it's fucking 100 gigs. Came with fucking 2 discs. I haven't seen a 2-disc game since fucking, like, PlayStation, the first one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I love it, man.
I mean, it's a big game.
A big game.
But it's worth it. I can definitely say whether you get the $60 standard, the $80 special, or
I don't
the
think it matters.
like $100, or maybe it's like a little over than $100, the Ultimate Edition. No matter which version of the game you get, you're gonna get your money's worth.
Oh, for sure. I don't even think it really matters, to be honest. If you get the best, I'm not trying to take away Rockstar's money. I'm
pretty
just
much
saying.
what it is that you just get bonuses like the special edition's more for single player, and the Ultimate's more towards multiplayer. But like I said, multiplayer isn't even available yet, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, I'm excited for multiplayer now, though. I don't know what that's gonna be like, but I am excited for it. It's obviously not gonna have the Deadeye system, but I don't know. I am excited now that I've played it.
But I feel like you know, what I would actually like to see are like, I guess I'm on the spot now thinking about how they could structure it. Is like a quick draw tournament. Like,
I could see that.
you know, it's like, how would you do that? 4 people or 8 people, right? And then you split it up. You know, one person's facing another person, and they're all doing quick draws. And then you bring it down like you do a regular tournament. Last person to win the quick draws is the winner.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty good.
Yeah, that would be cool too.
Because it's something different. Because you have to think, back in the first one, they had Gold Rush, which is just like capture the flag pretty much. And then they had, they did have one where it was like a team deathmatch. And that was cool because it did have that quick draw concept. Like, it started off with everyone doing a Mexican standoff in a ring. And you get to, well, you were given the game would tell you specifically who to target, and you get a special bonus. But then everyone else would be either targeting you or have no target and can shoot whoever they want. And then they could be shooting at any type of body at you. And then so at the beginning of the game, you might be shooting someone in the face, but then you might have 2 people shooting you in the face too. Or, you know, you might be the only one standing because everyone else shot someone else.
Yeah, I think it's...
I have high hopes, but I'm also...
Here's the thing, though. It's hard not to have high hopes, though, because like we just had high hopes with the story, and look what happened.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I had mentioned to you before we even started the podcast. It's not that I'm scared to finish the story. I don't want to. It's not that I don't want there to be an ending. It's just that
it's so fun.
There's a lot of stuff to be doing. Like, you don't if you put too much focus into the story, then yeah, you're gonna blow right by.
Yeah, I remember. It's funny because your mentality before you started playing it, you're like, I am just gonna blow through the story.
No, I mean, like, I was gonna blow through the story in the sense of doing that to get to multiplayer.
That's what I'm saying.
Now that multiplayer isn't even a thing, and the only thing to do is playing the story, like, I don't want to just beat the story and then have nothing to do, or like beat the story and then it's like, okay, well, I can do these side missions. Well, it's like, it'd be better if I did them in the middle of the story because they would have helped me out later in the story. Because certain missions give you money or certain items that help you out in, like, with your Deadeye or some shit or whatever, and in the long run would help you out in certain missions in the story. Yeah,
I think it's hard because Rockstar always has now become this company that makes these promises. Well, they don't even make promises. We make them make promises, and then they deliver on them. It's scary. It's really scary on the titles that we care about.
Someone can set a goal for you, and you just have to make it. Like, would you not just do that, then have to think of your own goal?
No, but it's scary because how many companies can you really say live up to the hype of a game release? Not many.
Rockstar.
Not many. Rockstar. Bethesda has not been. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do love Fallout 4, and I love all that, and I am excited for Fallout 76, but it's not living up to the hype that people wanted it to be.
Rockstar's a hidden gem.
They are.
Because
they're not hidden. They're
not necessarily a hidden gem, but it's like
they're
more
a pillar
or less
in the gaming
hidden
community.
In plain sight. Because like people appreciate Rockstar, but it's not like, dude, did you hear Rockstar is making this, or hey bro, like blah 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 blah. Like no one tracks Rockstar like that. It's just like, oh dude, Rockstar's coming out with a game. I'll probably buy it. Wait till the trailer drops. But then it's like everyone's always on the hype train with Call of Duty and shit like that. It's just like you're guaranteed when you hear Rockstar is coming out with a new game, you know you're gonna like it, and you don't even know what it's about yet.
That's very true.
But when it comes with every other type of game, it's like you want to get as much information as possible to make a decision.
I think people track it. It's just like I think Rockstar doesn't leave too much to track. I think I kind of agree. I think the way Rockstar works is they'll release some info about the game because they're Rockstar. People are super excited. I agree with that. And then they're like with Red Dead, right? With Red Dead 2, fucking they dropped one picture. You remember that last year? They dropped one picture. Around the same time a game was releasing that year. I don't remember what game. The game immediately got swept under the rug, and everybody talked about that picture for fucking weeks. Like, what could it mean? What could it mean? What does it look like? There's more than one people. Is it a prequel? But it's like, holy shit, dude! People are going nuts on just a fucking picture, right? And I was the same thing. Like fucking Rockstar has a habit of piecing the fuck out, spending years on a game, coming back, teasing it, just releasing it, piecing the fuck out. Take a whole bunch of awards. They fucking show up.
They're real.
Yeah,
they're legit. They're just like, yo, we're gonna make a good ass game. Let us make the game, and then we'll release it when it's ready.
Like they pop out.
That's it.
Yeah, they pop out with fucking Game of the Year, win fucking dozens of awards, and then piece the fuck out. It's literally all they do.
Yeah, they're just like, thanks, we did what we wanted to do. You like it? Cool, awesome. Peace out. That's
I don't even think they really run press runs like that either, dude. They just show up and they release some info about the game and then they leave.
The way that it's set up with Rockstar and how they are making their games and releasing them and promoting them, they have it. They have the algorithm down. It's it.
Yeah,
that's how it should be. You just are guaranteed a good game because you know the company's good because the company has that algorithm, man.
And they got them crunch hours too. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, yeah, you put in the fucking.
I don't want to go back to that.
You put in the time, you get the fucking results. But like I said, dude, Rockstar is just that
good.
That company where it's just like, hey, bro, no questions asked.
You're pretty much.
Buy it.
Yeah, pretty much.
You have to think. When has there been a game that Rockstar came out with that didn't do good?
I think, well, if you want to go back in the day, but recently?
I'm talking like, technically, like.
I don't think LA Noire did good. I just don't think.
LA Noire was good.
I don't think it did as good as I would like. I personally would have liked it to be. I don't think it caught on as much as I wanted it to.
The story, what it meant, like.
LA Noire?
Who it portrayed, like, the whole purpose of LA Noire. Awesome.
It was great.
Great. The way the game was.
I think there's definitely room for improvement, but you got to think about it though. Like, if that game would have been received a little bit better, I'm not even saying it wasn't received well because it was. It won a lot. It won awards. It got a lot of buzz. Yeah. It was great, but you're not comparing LA. No one's saying where's LA Noire 2.
No,
after Red Dead came out,
what I think the problem was with LA Noire. Like I said, good game.
The detective mechanics?
There was no problem
amazing.
with it. There was no problem with it. It's just, it's like, how do I try to compare it to it's one of those games where it's like, okay, it's good, it's awesome, but it's not like the best game in the world or something that's just gonna be constantly played like that.
I agree. I think they messed up in a couple areas. I think they messed up in the story structure where it was like not episodic, but like it was based off a case by case.
Yeah.
And the world didn't exist outside of your cases. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Like you were just a detective. No one's saying you got to go home and fucking meet up with your wife and shit like that and go to bed and wake up. I'm just saying that like there was nothing to do outside of being your detective cases. And you couldn't
even skips.
Yeah, and you couldn't even venture off. There was no point of venturing off because there was nothing to venture off for.
Your free
really.
roam was in between. Like
your cases,
so you just investigated the crime scene. Now you have to go to the morgue.
Yeah, and
you can go to the morgue or you can free roam real quick.
Yeah, I like the side it was cool as you're driving different cases. There's like side case, like shootouts and shit that popped up. That's cool.
Yeah,
And you could do stuff like that, but
all
it never
felt-
served any purpose.
It all felt like it was on a track.
Yeah, it was.
Like,
and I will agree with
you
that.
were able to do what you wanted, but the game was pointing you in the right direction.
Yeah, and I think that might be a big reason why it didn't do so well, because Rockstar is kind of known for that open world style, and I think people wanted a little more of an open world experience, but it was so drawn on the story. And I think honestly though, if people cared a little bit more about that game, not that people don't, I do. I know there's people who do. There's a community who cares about it. But if a little bit more people like mainstream wise cared about it, I think they could have came out with a cool LA Noire 2 sequel, open world.
No,
Can you imagine that? Imagine LA Noire 2 as an idea, open world detective game.
they could pretend. I'm not saying that this is legit or leaked or whatever.
But they
I'm
could.
just speculation, 100%. Look, Red Dead 2 came out on PS3. What?
Red Dead 1, you mean?
Yeah, what did I say? 2?
Yeah,
fuck.
came out in 2010.
2010, right? That's 8
Yeah.
years ago, right?
Yeah.
8 years ago, and they came out with a sequel that ended up being a prequel.
Yes.
Um,
What are you trying to speculate on?
LA Noire could go the same way.
It could. It did come out after.
But this ties back into what I was going to say. The problem that I think LA Noire was...
I just don't see it. I really just don't see Rockstar spending 8 years on another LA Noire when it didn't do as well as Red Dead.
This is what I'm saying. Because not Red Dead. LA Noire came out on PS3 and Xbox 360.
Yeah.
And PC, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't think it did.
Well,
Did it?
Anyway,
I don't know.
Like, we got consoles anyway. I mean, you got a PC, but you don't really game on it that much, or at least like those types of games.
Yeah, no.
I feel like the problem is that it was released too soon. Not in the sense of it wasn't ready, in the sense of it shouldn't have came out the year that it did on the PS3. When it came out remastered on the PS4, I started thinking, I'm like, if they remastered it for PS4, why didn't they just wait longer to have released it and be made for the next gen consoles, you know?
Yeah.
That's where I feel like
But GTA 5
died
already
down
bridged
as
that
soon as
gap.
it did, and like it didn't get as noted as other Rockstar games, where
Yeah.
it was like
It's sad
the right
though.
place at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think honestly, if it just got regarded a little bit better, because the two big ones, right, is Red Dead and GTA. GTA was always regarded big towards once it got, its popularity. So they're gonna be spending a good 6 to 8 years on that game, and when it comes, it's gonna be a fucking masterpiece, right? Red Dead, the first one, did really fucking good, So now it's treated like a GTA, where they're gonna spend 6 to 8 years on it. Not saying there's gonna be a 3, I don't know, but all I'm saying is it's gonna get that treatment. It got that treatment, and now look at the sequel. It's fucking amazing. If LA Noire got that treatment, but it was never. That's what I'm saying. I think the lack of a real open world is what really cut it short. But to be fair, I mean, like, it's a lot easier to want to be a cowboy in an open world to be a detective in an open world,
Yeah.
So
It's the freedom.
yeah,
It's the whole sense of the open world.
yeah. I don't know how much you could really do in LA Noire setting. I just think it deserves a sequel. Maybe they will, because they did remaster it. They did a whole. It got buzz, the remaster for LA Noire.
And it did come out in VR, surprisingly.
That's what I'm saying. It got some buzz recently. So maybe the Surgeons will.
See, that's
warrant a
where
sequel.
that's another thing. LA Noire VR. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
It looks as buggy here and there as it may be. It looks fun.
Does it?
It looks fun. Not graphically the best. I mean, it looks like the PS3 version. But it's like it's VR. You're interacting. You can pick stuff up. Like that's kind of cool. Like you're being a detective in VR. Like,
But I don't play Rockstar games to be in first person. Have you touched first person in Red Dead yet?
yeah, and I only do it for like weapon visuals.
Yeah, to look at your weapons and shit like that.
That's literally it.
Yeah.
Because in that sense, to me, it's meant to be played in third person.
It is, but that's what every Rockstar game is meant to be played in third person. They added first person because people wanted it, but nobody's playing it first person other for a gag.
Or
there is no
like,
advantage.
Them like big gaming YouTubers that
getting a drink real quick. Can you keep talking?
The one, you know what I'm saying, like the big YouTubers that always be on GTA and everything, that they feel the need to have their stuff be in first person so they can see what it is that they're looking at, you know?
Yeah.
Do you still want to continue with whatever it is that we're going about, or can I move on to that thing that I was going to mention?
You can move on to the thing you want to mention.
It's still gaming, but it's different game. Well, I know you're not keeping track of the Battlefront stuff, right?
Battlefront?
Yeah.
Last I heard about Battlefront.
Not Battlefield, Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Oh, fuck. I heard something about it recently. I can't remember.
For those of you that may have been misunderstood.
No, I mean, let me know. Or I guess I can say that. I think I said this last podcast. Jeff is like the Star Wars guy. You know, out of all the friends that I have,
I like Star Wars.
He's one of the two friends that
I'm not obsessed. I'm not obsessed. I just know the lore really well. Like, if you had questions about Star Wars, I'd probably be one of the guys that you'd ask questions
He's obsessed.
About.
He's obsessed.
I don't have, like, a fucking shrine of fucking characters in my room or, like, fucking...
He does.
I have a poster, and that's it.
He's lying. No, you... I mean, yeah, you're not, like, a nerd about it. I don't want to say nerd, but, you know, like, he's not, like... collecting all the collectibles and shit. Like, yeah, he, in terms of lore, he knows his shit. Like, he's not the kind of guy to go around and get like collectibles or, you know, play all the game.
I don't go to fucking cons. Like, I'm a working man. I just appreciate the lore of the fucking story.
I shouldn't have laughed at that. You were just like, I'm a working man. I was like,
not physical labor.
You are a working man.
I work a lot, damn it. Like,
no, you are a working man. I just don't know why. I don't know why. I just wanted to address it because it was like I was throwing you shade.
Like, people
that's funny.
Typicalize people, you know, like, oh, this guy, he knows a lot about Star Wars. He's like blah blah blah. Like, he's probably a fucking nerd. And
he must get fucking major pussy.
He probably just sits in his fucking mom's basement all day and plays video game and fucking jacks off eating Cheeto puffs. Like, nah, that's not how it is. Like,
I was thinking more pizza rolls. That's more of a.
Either way, like, it's like, cause. You have to think, nowadays, weeaboos are being somewhat accepted into society.
Yeah, I'm a big anime nerd.
Which is fine. Like,
yeah.
If you're down with anime, cool. I find some anime cool. But it's like, someone that's considered a weeaboo may not dress up in cosplay or fucking...
No, that is what a weeaboo is. You gotta think of, like, just an anime nerd. Being an anime nerd is fine.
See, no,
being a weeaboo is also fine, but that's not for me.
But they're not gonna fucking go out and dress like Goku or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. But one thing I will say though, on a side note, since you love Star Wars so much, and you do like Red Dead, honestly, dude, if you were gonna ever watch an anime, you should watch Cowboy Bebop. It's not new, so it doesn't have all that cutesy shit.
Isn't that fucking... I think I know which one it is. Isn't that one where it looks like that weird, like, girly cartoon, but it's, like, dudes speaking? You know what I'm talking about? Where it's, like, these little fucking, like... It's an animated cartoon. I think it's on Adult Swim.
No.
That's why I'm thinking. It's, like... It's this weird...
I'll look it up.
It's...
I'll pull it up. You would like it because it was made in the 90s, so it doesn't have all that cutesy, like, now anime nowadays has. Wait, is my dog in the bedroom?
Dog is right behind you.
Oh, shit. Dude, my dog is such a fucking ninja. No, dude, I was scared. I was like, oh, did I leave him somewhere? He hasn't been by my lap at all. But no, it's made in the 90s, so it doesn't have all that cutesy bullshit that anime nowadays have. And it's about, it's pretty much considered a space western. So it's set in the future in space, but it has a very Western vibe. You've seen it. I know you've seen it.
I probably have seen it. I just can't picture it right now.
Yeah, once I show you it, You know exactly what I'm talking about. You would, well, I don't know if you'd love it, but I think you'd get a kick out of it.
Let's see this shit.
Yeah.
Cowboy Bebop. Okay, so this is like fuck. What's the word I'm trying to think about?
It's a space western, pretty much.
It's not.
They call it Wait, no, they call it it has its own term that they made. It's like called noir western.
Yeah, it's
something.
got that design on it, and I can't think of the word that I'm trying to think to describe the design. It's like 80s photography, like weird, like noir. I don't know. It's weird to explain. It looks cool though.
You would get it, honestly.
Definitely, it looks intriguing.
I don't, because I know you're not a big anime guy, but I think if you were ever to want to get into one, I would watch Cowboy Bebop.
The plot and the action have to be blended well.
It's on point. You would actually,
to my standards, because like I don't.
All right, here's first.
I don't track Dragon Ball Z, but like that shit's kind of cool. But like, it's whatever. But there's people out there that are just like, bro, like his power level and his moves, man, like, dude, like, nah, I'm not like that. Where it's just like, hey, if this guy can whoop this dude's ass and get the girl or whatever, because now animes are about like books and like there's some weird like with like
I want to hear your opinion on anime. What's going on?
I don't know why I'm drawing a blank right now. Full Metal Alchemist.
Dude, that's amazing.
Alchemy, like where it seems like.
Do you like the idea of Full Metal Alchemist?
I did watch Full Metal Alchemist, and then up to a point, like I just stopped watching it. But it's like that where I feel, again, I can't really be for certain on this statement, but anime to me seems like it's adding more like magic or so.
Magic is just like a big thing over there in Japan. It's like it's kind of a staple at this point because like,
I mean, obviously you get it when you watch like something like Dragon Ball Z for say, like obviously a dude's not gonna levitate 20 feet in the air and throw like 30,000 super punches in 2 seconds. Like that would never be physically humanly possible. But I'm saying like Full Metal Alchemist, he tried doing a ritual to save his mom because he died, and then he fucking killed his brother, or so he thought, and then brought him back to life with only his soul being trapped inside of a metal fucking statue. Like,
do you prefer more of those like story? Not that they're grounded in reality, but like where the limitations are grounded more in reality. Do you prefer a story like that?
I like it where it's like it's more realistic, but it's not because you know it wouldn't ever really happen. But you could see in some distant reality or dimension that it would make sense.
Yeah, I think some of the best stories, and not even just in anime, just in all of storytelling, are the one I see. I'm a big sci-fi nerd, a big sci-fi and fantasy guy. I'm a nerd. That's what I love. But the key to making those kind of worlds is you kind of gotta, and they don't have to be that grounded in reality, but they have to have a connection with the real world and some sort of relation to the real world. Not like literally, but in terms of emotion. You know, like, yeah, you can have flying dragons and fucking trees and shit walking around, but if you can't connect with any of those characters on a personal level, then what the fuck are you watching besides the spectacle? Right. You know, you're not gonna really feel for the story. You know, like Harry Potter, all the wands and shit, that's cool, but it's because you care about the characters.
Right.
I'm not saying we're huge Harry Potter fans. I'm just saying that's why you care about any story. And I think the reason I like sci-fi and fantasy better is because when it gets that right, I think it's more compelling than just a normal story, right? Because it's easy to relate to some dude on like that's like like trying to be a lawyer. I don't know, some shit like that, you know, in the real world. That's cool. But like when like you're watching like this cool fucking like Game of Thrones style fucking like sword fights and shit and like magic everywhere, and then they sit down and have these like real moments and shit like that. I'm like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
makes you feel for those characters and shit like that because they're going through some
Right.
crazy ass shit.
No, that to me makes it better because it's like it takes a break from the bullshit, but in the good bullshit. Like,
yeah,
what anime is when they take a break from that and it actually is like, oh, like this is some relatable shit. You know, that makes the anime, in my opinion, better because it's like it's not all just fucking fantasy and sci-fi or whatever.
I think for you, the perfect anime for you are the ones that aren't traditional anime. Does that make any sense? Like
I kind of watched
nowadays.
Bleach back in the day.
Oh, dude, I love Bleach. I'm sorry, dude.
That's like samurais, like fucking not samurais per se. But
no,
like,
it's classified as samurai battles.
It is, but it's not like
yeah,
old school traditional
yeah,
samurais.
It's fucking like over the top
it's
bananas.
The sword fighting style of samurai fighting.
Yeah,
like.
Dude, fucking, I'm a nerd out right now. I just fucking, a few days ago, I finally finished, watching it again for like I don't even know how many times I've watched it now, maybe 6 or 7 since I've been like 15. I used to do a thing where I watched the whole series, just like 300 episodes once every year. I did that for a few years and then I stopped after I met Bambi.
And that's another thing, dude. Like, I mean, I can't.
Yeah, I know.
I can't really get down with
anime
but you
can,
because of the fact that
it's
like,
not even that though.
So
don't even look at it like that. Don't look at it like that. Look at it like rewatching all of Star Wars again, you know?
Yeah.
It's nostalgic and you love watching it even though you know exactly what happens. That's what I do. But one thing I guess I do want to get off my chest real quick is, oh my god, I'm about to be a fucking nerd. So the anime got canceled, okay?
Right.
For Bleach. I'm just saying this for people, anybody who's listening. Anime got canceled. There's still one whole arc in the manga that needs to be animated. And I just want to set some light here real quick that there is a animator. His name is Retro Rhino. Retro and then RYNO. I don't know how many people's gonna hear this, obviously, whatever, it's fine. But he spent the past 2 years setting up and making a fan creation of the final arc in it. And, you know, it's set to release 2 weeks from now. And I just want to share that with anybody who's listening. Anybody who cares. I don't know if anybody would care. I'm just saying because I'm excited for it as a nerd and as a fan. So I just want to get that out there. That it's happening and episode 1's coming out. It's not going to come out every week or anything like that. It's a longer project. But if you support it, you know, things might go a little bit faster. So that's all I'm saying. Check out Retro Rhino. He just posted like a live stream on it. On YouTube. Go check it out. Okay, sorry. That's it. That's all I want to say. No. That's all I want to say because now we're talking about Bleach.
I mean, I didn't watch too much of it, but enough to understand, like.
Yeah.
And that's the type of shit like that. The classic animes like that, or it's where it's like it's the blend between like where reality and non-reality type shit.
Yeah.
But even all in all, I don't even watch enough TV. So anime is like very, very like bottom of the list type because like
it's long. I know. It's just it.
I get it from my dad. He watches a lot of like history stuff, like World War I and II stuff. So like that stuff.
World War II planes.
That stuff intrigues me a lot. So like if I see something that's like not documentary style, like something that's like
actual
or something like not necessarily like Fury or
Fury was cool.
Saving Private Ryan. Do
you remember seeing Fury
Pearl Harbor or fucking Hacksaw Ridge? Like those movies, I can get down with.
Do you remember when we went to go see Fury in theaters?
Fucking blew my mind, dude.
Me, you,
at the time
Ryan
was one of the best movies I've ever seen,
and Melissa.
And it's still in my top favorites.
Man, it's been so long. I've only seen it once.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I've seen it like 4 or 5 times, and I remember almost every scene.
Yeah, I can't. I only saw it. The only time I ever saw it was in theater with you guys. What was the scene that was really funny? I don't remember. Unintentionally, of course. Oh, do you remember the fucking dude's brain? Dude, it's just the headshots in that fucking movie.
Oh yeah,
were explosive. Not comically explosive, but just like really like gory.
It's not gory, but it's
realistic.
Just like holy fuck.
It's realistic, which makes it holy shit. Not
It's
like not bombastic
right,
holy
so
shit.
If there's any of you that's seen Quentin Tarantino movies, it's nothing like that.
No.
But it's not like fucking ketchup packet blood splatters.
It's like real.
It's real. It looks real. Like, hey, if you were there witnessing this, it probably would look like that.
Yeah, dude, that was a cool movie to watch. You know what's funny about that day?
Oh, I remember what you were talking about. The Nazi on fire.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Dude, there's Nazi on fire at some... Spoilers, this movie's been out for a few fucking years, so it doesn't even matter. At some point near the end, when they're making the standoff, right? And they throw the fucking incendiary grenades or just regular...
It's not even really a spoiler because it wasn't that far in the movie.
I don't even remember how the fire even got started. But anyway, a big-ass fire got started around the house and tank that they were making the standoff at. And it cuts for like a solid 3 or 4 seconds to this one Nazi literally just walking as calm as can be. Completely engulfed in flames. Just head to toe.
In the theater, dude, you guys were dying. I remember what we said in the theater.
I lost my shit because like... How do you, as a movie producer or director even, just are like, yeah, we're going to have this shot for like a couple seconds where it just shows this Nazi completely on fire, just walking away from the battle, just like, yeah, I've given up. I'm just going to sit over here and die on my own. Like, it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And yes, it was intentionally funny.
Mm-hmm. That was funny. It was really funny.
But yeah, no, like... That's what I'm saying. Like, we've fucking gotten completely off topic.
Yeah, dude. I know you want to talk about something.
No, the original fucking branch from that stemmed all this bullshit was.
There's one more tangent I want to go on them before. Yeah. Oh, first thing though, you want to get a little bit closer to the mic, dude.
Yeah. I don't know.
Sorry, man.
I get closer and back and forth and closer and back and forth.
The only reason I say it isn't because you're too far away. It's because I'm so close to my mic, and I don't want my voice to drown over yours.
I keep looking at the track. That's what it is.
Yeah, dude. I just wouldn't look at the track. I would just talk. But I look at it every now and then. But no, fucking... It's funny that we went to go see that movie because I can't... Well, you and Ryan go see movies every now and then. But I mean, back in the day. Yeah. But, like... I can't remember another time where everybody... I don't even think the 3 of us went to go see movies all that often. You guys mostly went to go see Star Wars.
We saw Deadpool. Right?
We didn't see Deadpool. Was that you? That was not me.
Was that you? I think that was just then me, Melissa, and Ryan that saw Deadpool. Fuck.
Yeah. I didn't go see Deadpool. You went to go see Deadpool? You don't even like Marvel.
No, I remember seeing Deadpool, but I honestly don't even think it was Ryan. Now that I think about it, I think it might have gone with someone else. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm taking you to a movie though. I don't know which one yet though.
No, to be honest with you, the last movie I saw with Ryan was Force Awakens.
I wanted to take you to go see fucking Venom, but it was so last minute. Venom was cool. I'm not gonna talk about fucking Venom.
Topher Grace my Venom.
I'm not even gonna talk about fucking Venom just because I already fucking on my channel. I already got the fucking let's talk about Venom. But that movie's hilarious. No, dude, fucking I want to take you to go see him. I don't know, dude. I want you to get on the Marvel
movies
wave.
Nowadays suck balls. Like, I gotta wait like every 3 years for one good movie to come out, with the exception of the Star Wars movies.
I kind of want you to get on the Marvel wave, though. Just so I can go take you to Marvel movies. But, man, I can't.
If I had to choose one, it'd probably be between Iron Man and Captain America. Iron Man I'd probably choose ultimately because Iron Man's the... I fucks with Iron Man heavy. There's something about fucking Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, his performance is amazing. Like, there'll never be another one.
And
like
the way
him.
that it is, bro, like Iron Man, it started off of him making the suit, right? But then you watch like scenes of him from the Avengers movies, and there's a scene where he's in that plane, right? Mm-hmm. And dude fucking pushes a button, and the whole suit grows from his fingertip, covering his entire body.
Which movie?
I was from one of the Avengers. I think it was from Infinity War, wasn't it? Or no, it might have been from Civil War. You talking
about the one where he's in the plane, he pushes a button, he just like
he falls back. He falls out of the plane and he starts flying away because he's in the suit.
Have you seen the one in Infinity War? where it's like nanobots, and he goes and he taps his piece, and he goes boop boop, and fucking it just grows. It literally grows like nanobite. It's fucking awesome.
That shit's ridiculous, dude. Like, to think that he fucking makeshifted and welded a fucking iron ass suit in the middle of a fucking desert, and now he has the technology to enhance it as far as he did.
The funniest part about that though is before Iron Man came out, Iron Man as a character wasn't that big.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a part of the conversation, but he wasn't like the status he is now.
Well, that's another thing, dude. Like,
How
everyone always
media
thought
changes
Iron Man-
perceptions.
everyone was just like, oh, Iron Man, yeah, whatever, okay. But then when that movie Iron Man came out, and then the second one came out, everyone's just like, damn, Iron Man's a fucking badass.
Yeah, dude, it's funny how quick perception changes based off of what the mainstream is into.
Yeah.
Like, people aren't a huge fan of DC and Superman and Batman right now because of the movies that are out right now.
Right.
But fucking when Dark Knight was out, fucking DC was on top of the world with Batman.
See, because in my opinion, I feel like
crazy.
Dark Knight was one of the better Batman movies. Like, fuck.
A lot of critics say
Christian Bale, man.
it was the best / worst thing for Batman.
Christian Bale.
It was the best thing at the time, and it is the best thing for Batman in terms of the story. But it's the worst thing because how do you follow that up? What do you do from there?
Right.
I don't know what you do from there. I don't care enough about DC.
And that's another. I mean, dude, that's kind of why I don't get down with fucking Marvel, is because they switch up their shit a decent amount.
Marvel. I like Marvel.
Like, I
I
can't
really like
keep
Marvel,
track of the
but-
fucking Spider-Man shit. I seriously can't.
Well, here's the thing. Spider-Man
This
had
shit
a
went out of
rough.
control.
Spider-Man had a rough going, but Spider-Man's home now. That's all you gotta know. That's why it's
Okay,
called Homecoming. Spider-Man
but-
is home.
No. Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3 with Tobey Maguire. That's
Okay.
fucking Spider-Man, right? That's
yeah.
Spider-Man. Green Goblin, fucking
It's Sam Raimi's.
Dr. Ock or whatever.
It's through Sam Raimi's vision. Yes, it is Spider-Man in a sense.
But then Tom Holland and fucking Iron Man, they be doing this shit, and now they have that animated series, and now there's like 100 different fucking Spider-Men.
That's from
Like, what the fuck?
Well, that's based off a comic. It's from the Spider-Verse comics. There is actually a comic arc
When
where
the comics tie in together, at least with Star Wars, I know what's canon and what isn't.
no, I can tell you right now.
With Marvel, it's a
Well,
fucking
no,
spider web.
no, it's not true. With Spider-Man, no, Spider-Man's properties are getting stretched because Sony's stupid. When you're talking about Marvel, you're talking about the MCU. Anything that's not under the MCU umbrella, it's not canon. Venom isn't canon. Into the Spider-Verse is animated, it's not even canon. Tom Holland, canon. Anything came before that, not canon. Just that's all you gotta think about.
Then, yeah, I'd rather just stick to Star Wars.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, Marvel's cool. Well, I said, you just have to have appreciation for superheroes in general to really get into it. Well, you don't. I mean, there's the mainstream.
I don't.
people
Yeah, I mean,
don't.
like, if someone were to, all right, so like, if someone were to ask me, like, hey, what's your favorite superhero? I wouldn't really have one.
Yeah,
People right off the bat say Batman because he's the most realistic superhero,
Yeah.
or like
Or Spider-Man.
He's just a badass. Blah 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 blah. It's just like,
Spider-Man is still my favorite, but it does suck how mainstream that will always be. That's one of the top 3 answers: either Superman, Batman, or Spider-Man. And it sucks because you want to be like, oh, like I don't want to be super mainstream.
then what the fuck? All right,
You gotta admit it. Spider-Man's a good dude. Like, there's a reason why he's everybody's favorite.
riddle me this. What the fuck are the X-Men?
What are the X-Men?
Yeah.
Like who are they?
So Deadpool works with like rejected X-Men or whatever it seems, and then like it's like in this pocket universe that's in.
Okay, that's the Fox. That's the Fox Marvel universe. Fox still makes those. That existed before the MCU. Those are Fox movies. You gotta look at it by the companies. Fox. Remember when the original X-Men were coming out? Remember like X-Men 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Those are all under the Fox umbrella. That's all Fox characters. Fox X-Men. Blah blah blah.
This shit's dumb.
So when the MCU launched, it had nothing to do with Fox. Had nothing to do with those characters. It doesn't. It has nothing to do with it. They're connected in terms that they're from the same source material of comics, of the Marvel comics, but that's where the correlation ends. They do not share anything within their own universe. Does that make any sense?
Mm-hmm.
As forms of media, they do not share anything. As where they come from, yes, they share that.
Yeah.
But that's ending anyways because Disney's buying Fox. If you remember,
Fuck that. Fuck both of them.
if you fuck Disney,
fuck it all.
dude, that was the funniest part of the
Fuck
last
everything.
podcast.
No,
But dude, yeah.
alright.
So it's all becoming clear if you think about it. It used to be really confusing. If you think about it though, it's getting less confusing. The only part that's more confusing is the story because you haven't listened to it.
It's
You haven't
getting to the point
watched
where
the
I just
story.
don't even care anymore.
You haven't watched the story, so I understand that. But in terms of behind the scenes, it's getting less confusing because Spider-Man is finally being made by the MCU now. Disney just bought Fox, so they don't got to worry about
if
that.
there can be like a restart button, and someone can show me where the new start is.
Well, technically, the new start's going to be post Infinity War, post
then
Avengers
what the
4.
fuck?
Well,
Jesus
it's not a new
Christ.
start. It's not like a reboot or anything like that.
It's not a reboot. It's
The end of an era. Does that make any
it's
sense?
probably like how the fucking people that watched the original trilogy in the 70s, and then the prequels came out, and they're like, "What the fuck is this?" Right?
No. It's a continuation. What I mean by that is not like a reboot or a new start. It's a new start in terms of like all the stories that have been made up to this point are gonna come to an end. A lot of new characters have been introduced. A lot of the old characters that have been here for like 10 years, because the MCU has been a thing for 10 years. A lot of the characters that were been around since then were going to retire in real life and in the story, or die. I don't know how it's going to end. And the new characters will pick up the mantle. Like Spider-Man's new. Black Panther, new. Guardians of the Galaxy, new enough.
I still don't.
Those kind of characters. Captain Marvel is brought in that chick.
The two things that I really
Ant-Man.
don't understand are how the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy and Doctor Strange fucking tie into
That's
the
strange.
Marvel.
How they tie in?
Yeah.
In what
How
way?
the fuck are they? How are they Marvel?
They're Marvel comics. What do you mean?
I don't know. I
They all. You have to. Well, I
don't
read
know.
some of the comics,
I
so
don't.
it's.
I don't know. But all right. So do you
So-
have any type of final thoughts? Because I would have.
Yeah, what'd you talk about?
Reel in the fishing hook here.
Okay. Final thoughts. I am going to convince Jeff to watch at least the first couple episodes of Cowboy Bebop at some point,
Yeah.
and maybe we'll record ourselves watching it.
Maybe.
Just the voices, just watch it,
For reaction.
and then yeah,
Something. I don't know. Maybe.
yeah, and then maybe I don't know. We'll see where he's at with Marvel. We'll see.
Yeah. One
It's
day at a time, I'd say with that.
Yeah. It's not broke.
Fuck.
No
I'm
one's saying that it's an
really
impossible
poor.
goal.
Sorry for the shit audio if it sounds like I'm coming back and forth all the time, because I am. Because I don't know how to fucking position myself. But anyway, yeah, I'll fucking check out. We'll do the anime shit. Maybe get on the Marvel. But
You would like Cowboy Bebop. I will say that. I think you will, because it's got kind of a Star Wars vibe to it in terms of just like how the space is set up. It's very... Well, I don't want to say it's much like Star Wars, but it's Star Wars in its sci-fi setting, and then it's like very Western cowboy.
no,
at the
I
same
mean,
time.
I think I can understand
It's very cool.
the
Very cool. Very cool, Kanye.
theme, I guess you can say, from it or whatever.
Thank you, Kanye. Very cool.
Very nice.
Let's talk about fucking Trump. No, let's not do that.
Yeah, fuck that.
Let's not do that.
No, reeling in the fishing
All right.
hook here.
What was it you want to talk about like 20 minutes ago?
Way back. Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Oh, yeah.
General Grievous has been officially added to the game.
Oh, I did hear something about that.
Glitchy as fuck.
Is he?
Extremely. First of all, you don't get him right off the bat.
You get the
You have to-
forearms?
So look, there was a system at the beginning of launch where I think, if I remember correctly, it was Luke, Darth Vader, Emperor, and a few others that were unlocked or that were locked.
Okay.
You had every other character unlocked, but these ones were locked. And the only way to unlock them were to purchase them with online credits. Now, you earned online credits by A, purchasing them with real money, microtransactions, or fucking B, playing the game, grinding your ass off, and getting the credits by matches. And on that, you earned maybe on average 500 credits a match. And these characters are ranging from like 20,000 to 40,000 credits. You know how many matches you'd have to fucking play and save up to unlock one of those characters? People complained and they revamped the whole system.
It's EA, man.
This is what we know as Battlefront 2 to this day, which I enjoy. However, with the release of General Grievous, they brought back that system. You don't get Grievous right off the bat. He costs 35,000 credits. Luckily, I already have 25,000 already saved up. So I'm just 10,000 short. Which is fine, but it sucks because it's like, you know, people don't want to have to fuck go through that shit. Because as soon as you start grinding to get the currency to pay for Grievous to be able to play as him, you then start all the way back from fucking square one having to rank up Grievous.
I feel like...
And even then, he's shit. He's shit. Like, he's big. He's by far, like, one of the biggest characters in the game. But he's fucking garbage. One of his abilities, like, he's barely immobile. Like, so his one of his main abilities is pulling out his 2 extra arms. But, right, so... It's called Unrelenting something or whatever. 2 lightsabers are twirling kind of fast in front of him. And then the other 2 are just fucking like, you can swing with. But when you use that ability,
yeah,
he walks in a straight line. And if you try turning, it literally moves like half a fucking mile an hour. Like not even. Just fucking slow as shit. And
so that's something you want to like activate in like a crowd?
It's not even that. It's like if you were going down a hallway and you saw a group of people, you just want to fucking plow through them like that. But if someone's running away from the group and you want to get them and you're trying to turn, there's no way you're going to follow him because you're going to be running into the wall that's right next to you because you're too wide of a radius because it's not letting you do that. Also, like he's built to be a tank, but it's a broken tank. So there's a claw rush ability where he uses his 4 arms and his legs, and he's like a centipede kind of, and he just fucking crawls really fast.
Okay.
And you can use that as like an escape thing.
Okay.
That glitches the fuck out.
I bet it does.
Glitches the fuck out because when he's done, he does like a backwards front flip to get himself back up on his feet. And it's super glitchy.
I think I feel bad for Star Wars fans. I really do.
We're getting beat up, bro.
Yeah, like
we're getting
fucking
beat the
your
fuck up.
movies.
Like,
your movies are fucking.
People are listening to what we're
underperforming.
saying, but they can't. Like, all right. So imagine having a. Nah.
No, here's the thing. Your movies are underwhelming. Not underwhelming, but they're underperforming.
Nah.
Not critically, but they're underperforming. Yeah, critically, they're underperforming. Like in terms of opinions, money. It's always gonna make the money.
Always.
It's not about the money, but in terms of opinion and quality,
right?
In
my
underperforming.
opinion, all right, let me put it to you like this.
And your games were given to fucking EA.
Yeah, that should have never happened.
Like
that should have never fucking happened. But look.
Yeah, what's up?
Force Awakens was cool. I liked it. I'm like, okay, this is a new story. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Then they started tying it in. You know, Han Solo was kind of, pretty big character. And then, spoilers, but again, the movie's been out for a while, so fuck you. He dies at the end.
Yeah.
So then it's like...
That was a big fuck you, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, it was. But it's like, it makes sense in a way, too, because it's like, it's a new start. It's a new story. Like, things got to keep going. So, I don't want to say I had high hopes or like high standards and they met them, but I'm saying I accepted The Force Awakens for what it was. And then, they came out with Rogue One. Rogue One was fucking awesome. I knew what it was going to be about. I just didn't know how it was going to be portrayed and how like it was going to look and turn out. Fucking great. I loved it. Ending is amazing. Last Jedi. I'm like, okay, the ending of Force Awakens blew my mind. Fucking Luke Skywalker. That's the whole plot of Force Awakens. You're finding Luke Skywalker. Now you found him. Boom. Movie's over. Episode 8. I'm like, all right, cool. We're going to figure out what the fuck she's doing. Is she going to get trained? Is he going to say no? Like, what's going on? People were at a loss of words with The Last Jedi because they didn't know what to expect, but they didn't know what they wanted. That's why I feel like The Last Jedi got so many mixed reviews, and some would say more hate than you would anticipate a Star Wars film to get. One, I do think everyone's just fucking a little self-centered, and they're just like, hey, this is how I picture Star Wars, and if it's not going to go that way, then fuck the franchise.
I think honestly, this is coming from a perspective that hasn't seen the new movies, and like I said, I'm gonna watch them, and like I said, we're gonna come back here one of these podcasts, and we're gonna discuss and dissect the whole series, the whole, and what that means.
I mean, we've already talked about Star Wars in the previous.
Well, yeah, but I meant like like in depth,
full blown. Yes.
Yeah, full blown, probably the whole podcast, Yeah. But one thing I will credit, as much as not a lot of people like the prequels, one thing I will credit the prequels for, and maybe not even in terms of story, but in terms of just how it feels and tone. Say what you want about it, right? But it's not kissing anybody's ass, and it's not paying homage to anything.
No.
It is telling its story, and it feels different. That's because it is different, And I feel like from what I've heard, I feel like the problem might be with the new ones is that it is trying too hard to pay homage / rekindle that fire that the original trilogy had. And I think...
Oh, yeah, no, for sure.
And they're trying to go in the direction of focusing on the original trilogy. They don't really focus on the tone of the Clone Wars. I'm saying make your own tone. Right. Use those characters, but you don't gotta adhere to that whimsical story structure.
That's kind of why I do like The Last Jedi, because I had no idea what the fuck was gonna happen. And even though I do think after watching The Last Jedi, I do think certain scenes could have gone differently. I don't have a problem with how they came out.
Yeah.
For a while, Rey and Luke battle it out about hey, you're going to train me. No, I'm not. Yeah, you are. No, I'm not. Blah, 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 blah. He does, but not in the ways that you saw in the original trilogy with Yoda and Luke. It's not that. It's more like he's mentally teaching her lessons. Hey, in this type of situation, you may feel compelled to do this. Just remember this, focus this, and always know this, and this will happen.
Yeah.
It's not like he's fucking trying to get her fighting moves down or whatever. It's not your traditional Jedi training. So with all of that, and the fact that the Resistance is still a rebellion, the Resistance at the end of the Force Awakens, they fucking destroyed the government. The First Order destroys the New Republic. So
in which one?
In the Force Awakens. So there's no fucking government. So it's back to how it was with.
Oh god.
It's literally back to how it was with the Galactic Empire and the Rebellion. This big ass overthrowing power and the people fucking rising up against it.
I think that's kind of.
It's a reoccurring theme. It's definitely a reoccurring theme, and.
No, because the prequels was the more so the third movie, but pretty much it was the world that existed before the world you knew, how it got to that place, and pretty much the desolation of what came before. Is that fair to say? in an overbroading sense. From the political perspective, it's a desolation of what came before and how it got to the place it was.
Right.
Fair enough.
Yes.
I think what they and you know, the original trilogy is coming from that place, rising. You're right, rising against this overwhelming force and overcoming and establishing some semblance of peace.
You can't. Okay.
I think they should have. I mean, I'm not saying. I mean, wasn't these 3 episodes? Weren't they weren't already written?
Episode 7, 8, and 9 had already been written. So that's why I said that I lost respect for George Lucas when he screwed the fucking rights up. He literally had everything written. He had it all.
I really feel like
the Clone Wars. Well, not so much the Clone Wars. Well, so he had 7, 8, and 9. The scripts. He had the scripts written. He had the plots written out. Like, he knew what he wanted those movies to be about. But then when he fucking sold the rights over to Disney branched off with Lucasfilms and LucasArts, with Dave Filoni creating fucking Clone Wars and Rebels, which is probably, to be honest with you, besides George Lucas himself, the best person in the franchise is Dave Filoni. Like, this dude just understands the lore and can fucking just put pieces together.
I'm just gonna say, I think, to finish my point, I think it would have been more impactful to see these things play out in a different world, in a different landscape. And the way you're putting it, and I could be wrong, makes it seem like it did start in a different place in the future, but now they're reverting back towards the desolation and back to the overcoming. Right. And I'm all for overcoming. I'm all for a little bit of desolation, but I don't think it's fair because it almost kind of strips away everything that the original trilogy stood for by doing that. They're by trying to recreate it. They're hindering not only their own movie but desecrating what came before. Exactly. I think it'd be cool if they had one of the coolest part I felt like about the prequels was the political back and forth and the political intrigue of that and the ramifications of the things that would happen.
Because I'm assuming that when people saw the prequels for the first time, they didn't.
Because it wasn't what they thought it would be.
So when I should say, they didn't understand that Chancellor Palpatine. Well, unless you were like, you could have put 2 and 2 together because there was a small scene from The Phantom Menace where Palpatine. Well, no, you would know Palpatine is the Emperor.
God damn, we gotta wrap this up. We're getting a huge Star Wars discussion. Yeah, this is not the podcast for this, man. Let's get back to
abort. No, I'm just playing.
Let's get back to fucking Battlefront 2.
So
man.
Fucking anyway. Yeah, nah. We should just fucking scratch Star Wars. Fuck it all.
The fuck is that sound? That's weird. Must be windy or something.
Something from the window.
Yeah, dude. Sorry, I just cut a whole nice conversation. We're having a good conversation, but
fuck all the bullshit. We're getting sidetracked as shit. What was the original shit again?
Battlefront 2?
Battlefront 2, yeah, we're talking about Grievous. All right, bet. November fucking calendar. They're going to throw in Geonosis, the fucking desert planet from Attack of the Clones, where it all fucking started. And Count Dooku and Obi-Wan. No, sorry, just Obi-Wan.
No Count Dooku?
No, Count Dooku and Anakin Skywalker in January. Nothing has been mentioned at all for the month of December, so people are kind of speculating and hinting as to what the fuck we can be getting. That's all I had to say.
Okay. I think there's a couple things I want to talk about, but I think it'd be fair when we run out of topics. I think it'd be cool if we just kind of pick a game from a hat and just kind of discuss the entirety of it. I think that'd be cool. So there's a game that I kind of want to discuss. It could be an old one too.
Did you say Fallout? Oh no, I thought you were gonna
Fallout.
I thought you were gonna like you were already having some like a game in mind to talk about.
You know what? Actually, we could talk about Fallout. Actually, I scratched that. I want to talk about Fallout. You're absolutely right. I guess what I was trying to say is from now on.
Initially going to say Fallout 76.
Yeah, that's what I want to do too.
No.
I
don't really fucks with the franchise.
And we're gonna talk about that. But what I was just trying to say was that like I think when we run out of the actual topics, I think it'd be cool if we just had like a little hat we could pick from and just like old games and new games and discuss its entirety, its impact today, its impact back then, things about, stuff like that, what we think about it. I think that'd be cool. But I do want to talk about Fallout 76 because you reminded me of, it's not a topic I want to talk about, but now I do want to talk about it. So the open beta started this week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was a closed beta.
So what the fuck is the...
Only critics and some select people were in the closed beta. It wasn't... there was good and bad about it, right? But then again, they only got a couple hours or a few hours, and there was only far and few between people who played it, right? Mostly press. So I think it was 3 days. I don't know if they're still doing the beta, but it was like 3 days at different blocks of time. The most recent one was like yesterday or the other day at like 8 p.m. to 11 or some shit. So it's the same. It's like we're in the same situation we were when we didn't know anything about it. People are nervous.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main sentiment.
There's been a nuke.
Yeah.
A nuclear
Fallout never changes.
A nuclear fallout, if you will.
Oh my god. No, fucking I don't know, dude. It sucks because the things that I want out of Fallout as an experience, from what I've heard so far, is not there.
I heard one small complaint that apparently there's a lack of players, but then again, it's a fucking beta.
Yeah. It's like the thing that is gonna bother me the most is what I look forward to in a Fallout game the most is, I'm not saying that it's like number one in storytelling. I'm not gonna say that, but it just,
there's not a story. Isn't it fucking strictly multiplayer?
No, it's a story. They have some cool characters, some cool moments, some cool side stories, cool stuff like that.
This whole time I've been thinking this Fallout 76 was gonna be strictly multiplayer.
No, there's a story. There's a story.
100% PvP.
No. It's PvE.
Well,
so,
no, PvE in the sense of being able to like fucking fuck with each other. Like, hey, this is my base. I'm gonna fuck up your base.
Yeah,
like,
you can do that, but that's strictly optional though. But yeah. So there is a story. There's a huge story. You can play it with your friends. You play it by yourself. Whatever. The part that is fucked is because you're the only people that exist in this world. You and the other real live people. There are some raiders and some ghouls and stuff like that and robots, but the rest is just like holotapes, like recordings, and robots and vendors and stuff like that, robot vendors. So you're not interacting with anybody, which it didn't bother me at first, but hearing the implications of the story in that way, and apparently like the structure of missions. Some people say because it's the beta, maybe they're saving the good stuff. Very possible. But like, just the way the story is delivered, I've heard is underwhelming, because like you just get a holotape you listen to, have to go find a person, see if they're alive. Oh, big surprise, they're dead. Right, everybody else is fucking dead, and then you return another holotape to get your reward. As long as, see, here's the thing, I don't think they did anything story wise in the beta, like big story wise, like, because obviously it's a beta, they're not gonna show that, or hint anything at that, and I think I am excited, but not for the story. And that sucks because that's the biggest thing for me. So I kind of have to switch on how I feel about what I'm going to expect from this game. I am now going to play it for the things that it might do well, which is just multiplayer and Fallout. Like, it's going to be a fun... I mean, you plan a day later at night. You get off of work, you get off whatever. You tell your friends, hey, dude, let's go get some resources, build this base. Do these missions, that's gonna be fun, right? Exploring a huge wasteland with you and your friends, but which sucks though, because so much what's ingrained in us for Fallout is that solo experience and that huge story and stuff like that, and it sucks that it's now gonna be a multiplayer experience, which people wanted. I'm excited for it a little bit, but like it's gonna be devoided of any huge story, which sucks because that's what people wanted. People wanted a huge story to play with people. And, sometimes, I'm going to be honest, sometimes people don't know what the fuck they want. I thought it'd be cool. Yeah. Me and Ryan talked, because Ryan likes Fallout. Me and Ryan talked about it when Fallout 4 came out, we were like, dude, this would be with Fallout 3 when we would play that together. We're like, dude, this would be really cool. I don't know if that's the truth now.
Yeah,
I'm still gonna play it.
I don't know how do you trust was it Bethesda?
Mm-hmm.
Do you trust them enough to not fuck it up?
I trust Bethesda to make a solid game. It's gonna solid. I mean, they got jank.
Like I don't really understand like much of the story or like the games themselves because I haven't really played them. But from the community, it seems like the bad apple is New Vegas.
No, that's the indie darling. Not the indie darling, but it's honestly in some circles in some circles it is regarded as the black sheep. It's because it is, and I guess I can give backstory on why it is. So Fallout wasn't always a Bethesda property. It was owned by I can't remember the name for the fucking life of me. But if you know, my dog is fucking scratching his fucking back, but he has a vest on. Are you done? Good boy. Yeah, so you know like Fallout 1 and 2 were like isometric. Alright, so the original Fallouts came out in like, was it the 90s, early 2000s? It was an isometric, you know what isometric is, right? No. Kind of like, well, it was a very different kind of game. Very, very different. And it was not
how the old Doom games are? Is that what?
No. It wasn't even a shooter. It was a turn-based isometric. Like you ever seen Diablo 3?
Yeah.
It's like that. It was like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was that kind of style. And those first two games were critically acclaimed, and then they kind of ran into some bankruptcy issues, and Bethesda ended up wanting to buy it off of them, the license, and they got the license to like make the game, but they didn't own it, and they eventually took like the old company to court, and they ended up winning. But then a good bit of that initial company broke off a while back and made a development studio called Obsidian.
Right.
And Fallout 3 came out, right? And as soon as Fallout 3 came out and it was a success, it was really cool, they got to work on Fallout 4. And I don't remember why, but they were like, oh, we need another Fallout game to do whatever, right? So, and Fallout 3 took like a few years to make. Obsidian, who, like I said, we used to work on the old Fallout games, got contacted by Bethesda and said, hey, you guys want to work on your old project and make a sequel to Fallout 3, you know? You can make your own story, blah, 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 you know? Here's the assets that we use for the game. Here's everything. You have a year. They did it. That's why it's totally different, because the vision is completely different, because it's a completely different studio that made it. Still a Bethesda game and has Bethesda assets and all that, but it's completely, that's Obsidian's child right there. And some consider it the better one because it's made by the true creators of Fallout, in a sense. And, you know, I like it. It's a totally different vibe, because that's what the original Fallout games were. They were based in the West. It was more of a cheeky kind of vibe. Ever since Bethesda got a hold of it, it's been a little more, it's not been serious, but serious more compared to the other ones. And then New Vegas was just like a, you know, chill, you know, it was in Vegas, so, you know, more chill in terms of like its goofiness and stuff. So that's what that was with the New Vegas. The only reason I'm really nervous is because you just can't. Like, the fact that they got rid of all the NPCs, who the fuck's going to tell your story? They want characters to make their own stories, which that's fine. And for that part of the game, I think I will have a fun time. Yeah. I do not think I won't have fun. I think I will have fun. As long as I'm playing with friends, I will have fun. I have a couple friends I'm going to play with. I think it'll be fun.
That's the thing. Like, okay, so
but it's not what I want.
With those types of games, yeah, it's going to be like that, where, you know, it's only going to be fun when you have friends.
This is my Star Wars.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. Because for a while, like, I didn't play Battlefront because I bought it and I'm like, all right, me and Ryan are gonna play it. Ryan ended up not getting it, so I was just like, all right, I'm still gonna play it. So I played it, and then it ended up not being how I wanted it to be because, like I said, you had to fucking pay for all the credits to unlock your characters, and then you had to fucking grind to level them up.
Yeah, I felt bad because I really did. I pre-ordered for the beta, so we could play it.
Right,
and
then it just kind of turned to shit, and then.
They were just start.
EA was just like, oh yeah, we fucked up. All right, let's just revamp the whole system, and they did that, and now the game is better, but like there's still some fucking problems with it. But I'm saying that fucking, I got it with the intentions of playing it with people that I would have fun with playing with it. Then I ended up playing alone. Then I stopped playing it entirely. Then I came back to it, and now I have people to play it with.
That's cool.
So,
see you guys, silver lining.
Even if like Fallout 76 were to be like that, it would come back around,
Yeah, I'm still trying to convince you to get it, but it's kind of hard.
I don't know, dude. I'm telling you, like, at least for 2018, I'm not getting any more. Just Red Dead was it.
No, you might have to get Blackout.
Nah.
Well, we're gonna play some split screen though today, and then we'll see.
The only thing that I
see if you want it.
I have zero knowledge of Blackout. Actually, the only thing I know is that you can be characters from the franchise.
Yeah, I've played. I haven't played any. I've seen some gameplay on it. It looks fun. It does look really fun. Have you seen gameplay at all?
I've seen very little gameplay.
I saw a couple videos by Achievement Hunter. It was cool. It wanted me to play it.
I'm disappointed because...
Dude, I'm telling you, dude, if you get it...
They're online. Their multiplayer is literally Black Ops 3 with just a little few adjustments.
Well, yeah, but fuck their multiplayer. That's not why we're playing it.
Well, yeah, but dude, that's what I'm saying. I'm not... Me personally...
Zombies looks cool. I'm going to tell you that. Zombies look cool.
It looks cool, but... It's not the same anymore.
Well, that...
It's not the same anymore.
It will never be the same. It will never... Jeff. Hey, Jeff. Black Ops will never be the same.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, fuck Call of Duty if 3 years from now it's Black Ops 5.
Yeah, that'd be
Kiss
bullshit.
my fucking ass if it's Black Ops 5.
Has Treyarch only been doing Black Ops?
Yes. Well, except World at War, but still, World at War was technically supposed to be Black Ops.
I meant ever since Black Ops came out. Have they only been doing Black Ops?
It was literally their first ever Treyarch's timeline of Call of Duties is World at War, Black Ops 1, 2, 3, and 4.
That's what I'm saying. So they haven't diverged from there.
Yes. No, they have not.
I don't know why. Like, no, Black Ops was really cool, but I don't really think it.
No, see, look at this.
The only reason they do that, though, Sledgehammer's dope.
Was it Sledgehammer? No, it was Infinity Ward. Modern Warfare.
No, I see. It's funny. Sledgehammer is actually my personal favorite.
There was 3 of them.
Is it bad that my favorite developer? 3, 2, 1. Same time.
Development company or of Call of Duty?
Call of Duty. Favorite of the 3. We're gonna say it at the same time, okay? 3, 2, 1. Sledgehammer. Okay, let's talk about it.
It's because I feel like Infinity Ward was fucking...
Sledgehammer was added on later. Sledgehammer is the black sheep.
Let's break it down, right? Obviously, everyone knows Treyarch is Black Ops and World at War, right? Infinity Ward was...
Treyarch used to be the favorite.
Right. So, Infinity Ward, if I remember correctly, was fucking COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2 and 3. Fucking...
They did Infinity War?
They did Infinite
Warfare.
Infinite Warfare. Sledgehammer did Ghosts, Advanced Warfare.
They just did World War II.
They did World War II, and I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, because they got added on not too long ago.
Yeah.
I think they got added on for Advanced Warfare, didn't they?
Well, because COD 4 was like the Call of Duty to start the fucking next gen shit.
Yeah, I think honestly
before COD 4 they were just doing like the big red one. You play that?
Yeah, I like big red one. I think the reason I like Sledgehammer isn't because the same reason I would like a Treyarch or an Infinity Ward. I like them because they're not Call of Duty. Does that make any sense? I like them.
Sledgehammer is
because,
like the third party of the.
Yeah, they're the black sheep. Because Treyarch and Infinity
Advanced
Ward
Warfare was pretty fucking raw too. Like,
that's what I'm saying. No, Infinity War and Treyarch, they were at their peak when Sledgehammer came in.
yeah.
Think about did Black Ops 2 come before Advanced Warfare?
I think Black Ops 2 was the peak of Treyarch.
No, Black Ops 2 was the downfall. Black Ops 2?
Black Ops 2
Black Ops
was
2.
their peak.
That's when they started bringing their futuristic shit in.
That was the peak, dude. That was the beginning of it. So that was okay. By Black Ops 3, we were fucking done with it.
Okay, so here, all right, besides that point. But they were at their peak. Treyarch and Infinity War, when Sledgehammer came in, they were at their peak, right? Because Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, those were the games that came out, right?
Modern Warfare 3, all right. People say Modern Warfare 2 is the best Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare 3 was the shit.
Argue with Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3 was fucking awesome.
Modern Warfare 3 was really cool, and I don't think it gives much credit, but let's be honest. At the time that these games were coming out, that was when big bucks fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 2 killing it. They're at their peak, right? Sledgehammer comes in, sees Black Ops 2 doing their fucking futuristic shit, and is like, oh, you want to see something fucking futuristic? Fucking exosuits. They get rid of the fucking traditional zombies. They come out with a cool wave mode.
That's what
the
it was.
multiplayer is
That's
cool and
why
different. It wasn't,
that's
and
why
that's,
I like Advanced Warfare.
and this is what pissed people
kickoff.
off, because this was I think this was truly the first Call of Duty game that didn't feel like a Call of Duty game.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, that's controversial to say, but I think at the time I would have agreed with everybody, but judging based off like what has happened since then, Sledgehammer has been the one to have the best games.
Yeah,
because they refuse to adhere to that fucking formula. Treyarch, Black Ops. That's all they've done. They tried to use it. Advanced Warfare. Their biggest claim to fame for Black Ops 3 said, we're not going to be Advanced Warfare. We got the exosuits, but you're not going to be as crazy jumping.
No.
But you can fucking wall mount and shit.
Now that we are at Black Ops 4, and you can look back on comparing Black Ops 3 to fucking Advanced Warfare. They're different, but they are very, very, very similar. Like, you have the exosuits with Advanced Warfare, right? You can double jump, boost forward, whatever, downward, slam, all that cool shit.
I think the difference really, Advanced Warfare embraced their exosuit and made it an integral part of your
right, because there were abilities, right? So
exactly.
You could have overdrive, which would make you move faster. You could have shield, self-explanatory. You could have fucking this. It was weird. Was it a boost? So like, when you were using your exo boost, you got like grenade. No, it wasn't grenade damage. I don't know. There was this thing where it was like you got a recharge of something. I forget what it was. And then the other one was healing yourself.
One thing I will say, I can't remember how it was implemented, but there was something about the grenades in Advanced Warfare that felt really good.
Shooting it out the fucking wrist rocket.
Oh, dude, that felt so fucking good.
Shooting it out the wrist rocket, yeah.
That's one thing I will say for fucking Advanced Warfare. It felt so good to shoot them fucking grenades.
No, dude, Advanced Warfare was great because that was the first step into that shit.
Well, yes and no, but that's not why Sledgehammer's great. Sledgehammer's great because what?
Yeah, I said Ghosts was Sledgehammer, right?
Yeah, Ghosts are Sledgehammer.
Let's fucking talk about Ghosts because, right, I liked Ghost.
I did too.
But for some reason, I found myself hopping up on the bandwagon with everyone. We're like, fuck Ghost, like it's shit. Like looking back on it, no, it wasn't shit. It was different. It was different, but it wasn't really what, like we didn't know what we wanted, but it wasn't Ghosts.
Yeah.
And we tried using Ghosts to fill that gap.
Yeah, and I agree with that. But you know what? Like, that's what I'm saying, dude. Fucking Sledgehammer, they will never be defined by the game that they made before. And that's why I love them, because when you come out with a Call of Duty every single year for as long as they have been, you want something different,
Yeah.
you know, and like
What I feel like they
Advanced
should
Warfare,
do,
where they come after that fucking Ghost, a
No.
crazy ass fucking adventure.
what I feel like they should do now. See, that's why Ghosts was awesome.
My dog's fucking
That's why.
sniffing at my neighbors. Come on.
That's why I think Ghosts was pretty awesome because it was different, right? It's like this.
Cut it out.
It's like this weird post-apocalyptic world, but it's not really apocalyptic. But it's like there's militias and torn governments, and it's like it's weird, dude.
It's cool, dude.
It was cool, but it's
then-
like we didn't really want that per se, or at least at the time, you know.
And then that's what I'm saying. And then World War II, a faithful World War II Call of Duty
Right.
that everybody said they wanted, and it
But,
wasn't, and it didn't feel
it's
like a
the way-
cash in though.
okay.
It didn't.
The campaign was great. I watched the story for the campaign.
Fresh
It was
new
fucking
zombies, too.
Yes, it was, but I didn't buy it solely because of the structure. Like I'm done with Call of Duty in the sense of how it is. Like the theme can be 100% different, but ultimately it's going to be down to the same format.
Yep. But that's what I'm saying. Say what you want about the games and everything, but in terms of development, regardless of whether we're going to play them or not, I don't really play Call of Duty at all, actually. But my favorite developer is always going to be Sledgehammer because now, back then, obviously different answer because they were so new. Now,
They're next, aren't they? Yeah.
no.
No.
Infinity Ward's next.
Because then it would be Sledgehammer after that.
I'm wondering.
Fuck, dude. I feel like Infinity Ward's gonna. Because Infinite Warfare was fucking garbage.
I was excited for. You know what's the funniest part about it? Its biggest detriment was that it was a Call of Duty game.
Infinite
Because you remember?
Warfare.
Do you remember when the demo was released?
For
At
Infinite
E3?
Warfare.
Not the demo. I meant the footage. It was released at E3, and here's the funny shit about it, right? It starts with a space battle. Someone's getting in a spaceship, shoots right out of space, does a huge thing, gets in, starts shooting people, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, what game is this? This game is really cool. Like, it looks really."
It's Call of Duty.
And end card, fucking Call of Duty. Everyone's like,
Right. Everyone's just like, oh my god, what? Flying and shooting a fucking out of a spacecraft?
So
This
I
is fucking nuts.
appreciate Infinity Ward for fucking making a
Nah,
really
see,
cool
look,
idea.
This is how it is, right?
wrong thing.
Treyarch is the greaser, right? Treyarch's the greaser, right? Where they're just like, yeah, I'm Joe Cool, fuck with me. And then Sledgehammer's like, Joe Cool, where he's just like, I know I'm cool, but I don't fucking tell people that I'm cool, right?
Yeah, he's the real cool one.
He's the real cool one.
Yeah.
And then fucking Infinity Ward's like the fucking motherfucker in the back of the classroom eating paste and shit, where they're just like, yeah, I want to be involved. Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, he's the kid that graduated out of high school and he still hangs out with the fucking high schoolers because he misses the old days where he used to be cool.
Yeah, he's that dude in the back in the fucking.
Because he used to be cool.
He
when he was in high
graduated in
school.
'92, but it's 2000 and he still wears his Letterman jacket.
Yeah, exactly. To remind people, like, remember Big Red One? Remember Big Red One?
Fuck.
Remember Call of Duty when it was cool?
But yeah, no. So, fuck. I don't even know. We kind of like.
Yeah, dude. I think
This is
we
a
said-
tangent off of a tangent, wasn't
dude.
it?
Yeah.
Or did we have a purpose about this?
We talked about. We talked about Fallout 76.
Yeah.
Well, I think I said everything I needed to say at the moment. I can't really say much more until I play it. I didn't even play the beta. I just not because I didn't want it, because I didn't like it. I didn't want to play the beta because for a story game I will not play a beta because I just
And I'm
don't
just
want to be
gonna-
spoiled.
Right, and I get that. But let me just voice an opinion real quick. So
Yeah.
you know how like we were talking with Red Dead, how they dropped a fucking picture
Yes.
and they were just like, oh yeah, don't worry, 2018 it's coming.
Yes.
And then they're just like, oh yeah, we're pushing it back. Oh yeah, we're pushing it back again. And now it finally released, and it's a fucking amazing ass game, like one of the greatest games out there right now.
Yeah, it's a good time to be a gamer right now.
With Fallout 76 coming up and having their beta and having it go as it did, do you think that maybe they should fucking postpone it?
No, I think the problems aren't in its release. The problems are fundamentally what the game is. My problems aren't with any of the jank. I don't care about the jank. I don't care about any of that. It's not a technical problem. Not that there are. There are. Not a lot, but there's some. My issue comes with the game as a whole. As an idea, this game was made off of an idea. The idea is so cool. Fallout, but multiplayer. The execution of it, I think they did the best they could to execute it in a way that they felt would work. I just don't think that the idea, because everybody has ideas, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they should be done.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I will get it. I will play it. I will have fun with it. I know I'll have fun with it because it's Fallout. You're shooting other people. It's going to be fun. Especially when you're playing with friends. It's easy to have fun with your friends playing a game. And then I'm going to put it down. I don't see myself doing this long term, but I will play it when it comes out. It sucks. It's a shaky way to end the year of gaming. But at the end of the day, you know what, though? Like, I feel pretty good right now. Say what you want about Battle Royale, say what you want about Call of Duty, but now we have a
I can definitely say that this is a good year. It was a good year for video games.
It was a good year. I'm saying it's a great month.
Great month.
October is probably a great month.
November might October to November, because Battlefield's still coming out too. So
we'll see.
I mean, Battlefield looks fucking.
You gotta think about it though. Battlefield's coming out. Yeah.
What is it? Steampunk World War II. I feel like that's been done before though.
But no, fucking. Here's my problem, right? Battlefield 5. Okay, even if it's amazing, right? It's had such a rocky road to get here. It's not gonna be a smooth release. Say what you want about Black Ops 4. It's been nothing but smooth releasing. They announced Blackout. People are like, oh, I wonder how this is going to be. People loved it. It came out. People loved it even more. Nothing bad has been said about it. I mean, people are going to say bad things about it. That's a game.
People are... The main arguments that I see are either people bitching that it's not Fortnite, people bitching that it's a Battle Royale, or people bitching because it's Call of Duty.
That's what I'm saying. No one's bitching about it being a bad game, though. But I guess the point I'm trying to get to is that the reason that this is the best month probably is we got Red Dead Redemption 2, which is amazing way to end a month, for real.
Dude.
And then we got Black Ops 4, which
Red Dead
is the
2
first...
could be the last game I ever fucking play, and I would be okay.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be okay with that too. We got the first mainstream Battle Royale, and it didn't suck.
Until Battlefield.
We'll see. We will see. We'll see. That's what I'm saying. We got the first one didn't suck.
Dude, all right, so if I'm gonna say fuck Battle Royales, which I still do stand by. Like, don't get me wrong, I hopped on it. I got on Fortnite when that shit first dropped.
He gonna play it
a whole year ago when that shit first dropped. I downloaded it and I was a part of that shit since fucking season 1. Since that beginning, I was on that shit. Tried out H1Z1. Tried out PUBG. I liked Fortnite the most, with the exception of, PUBG here and there. Fuck H1Z1. That was it.
I wanted to try H1Z1 more. I never got the chance.
H1Z1 was like a try-hard PUBG. It just sucked. Losing my train of thought. Fuck.
It's a good note to end it on, I think.
No, I'm gonna get this.
All right, get what you guys say.
Yes, I started doing battle royales when they were becoming a thing. Yeah. But then I realized, it's just when you take appreciation in something, you easily notice when it's no longer useful, or you know what I'm saying? Where
no, I know.
When someone says one word over and over and over again, it loses its meaning, right?
Yeah, when it becomes saturated.
It's the same sense.
Yeah, it's the oversaturation of a idea or a thing. That's why when anything becomes really mainstream, it just becomes oversaturated and it's not fun.
So the fact that Fortnite and battle royales in general blew up so fucking fast, and now so many fucking people are doing it. But that's one reason why I jumped off. But then it's like, people literally are turning it into everything's got to be competitive.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Someone's got to be better than fucking someone.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's another reason why I fucking stopped, was because I would get into a match on Fortnite and as soon as I landed, I'm dead. Or as soon as I fucking came across someone, they have a fucking 4x3 fucking fort built on me, and they're fucking building ramp after ramp after ramp, fucking up, down, down, around, left, right,
one
up,
thing
down,
I'll say,
like fucking juking me and shit.
One thing I will say though about Blackout that I've seen so far, and what I've heard so far, is that it's the most accessible in terms of like you really feel like you can get these kills. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna play this.
That's where the change comes into play.
Yes.
You have a first-person shooter game throwing in Battle Royale into their mix. Like PUBG is first-person shooter, but then you can switch into third-person too. But it's like that's a Battle Royale, a first-person shooter game.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, like. I feel like I've said this before. I'm not sure if it was in the previous podcast or if it was somewhere else that I just am recalling it. But the closest thing that we had to a battle royale before battle royales were just regular free-for-alls.
Yeah.
The number, it's pretty much still the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just the number got increased.
Yeah.
Instead of you versus 8 or 9 other people, it's you versus 99.
Well,
however,
you do squads.
What?
Unless you do squads.
Well, unless you do squads, right. But even then, if it's solos and technically it's you versus 99 people, but you are not going to come across all 99 people.
No.
It's literally impossible.
No. That's the fun of it, though. Like going on a journey and then like
congregating
towards the end and winning.
That's what it said. Now you have a bunch of different factors that come into play. You have environment. You have, with H1Z1 and PUBG, there's vehicles. Granted, Fortnite did add vehicles into the mix too. Fuck. My brain is fried right now.
No, you're good. My brain is fried too. Not to cut it off, but I think you might as well end the podcast here.
Yeah, we've been going on for a while.
We've been going on the same amount of time we went on the last one. It's literally the same. It's a minute, hour 40. Hey, one thing I will say though, last time we were so tired. I mean, now we're just fried from talking about shit. But
it's
last
not even
time
that.
we were
I
tired.
have been awake for a long time, but
we were so tired last time though, and just so much shit happened. Like, it was a rough start. But I think this one we just really, it took off pretty well.
Yeah. Well, like on the first one we had shit to talk about. This one we're kind of just like branching off.
I feel like this one went a little bit better though.
It did go better, but it wasn't as pre-structured as the first one.
That's fine.
Because we knew what was going to happen for the first one. This one we kind of just sat down and was just like...
I had an idea for the beginning, but then after that, like I said, I was busy this week, so I just didn't even come up with a bunch of topics.
It is what it is.
Yeah, but yeah, dude. Thanks everybody for listening. Whoever listening. Got more content coming out. Got more content I'm gonna be making right now.
Yeah.
With my boy Jeef.
Bang,
yeah, dude.
bang, skeet, skeet.
Yeah. All right. Peace out, guys.